Well, good morning. It is day 7, and I just got on the trail here at about 6:51, which is a little slower than I wanted. So last night, well, I was warm. How about that? I changed a little bit how I dressed just a little bit. Maybe I'll tell you about that later. So that was good. But it wasn't a great night though. I'm like, where to start? Well, the first thing is that the way I pitched the tent really sucked, so I couldn't hardly even sit up. So that made everything take longer to get ready for bed and all that. But I've never heard elk bugle before, for real. So all of a sudden I heard this, and I'm like, oh, somebody must be on the trail, trying to call their companion or whatever. Because it was dark, and all of a sudden I heard this, I don't know, whatever, man. And I was like, whoa. The thing was loud. Okay, that kind of thing went on, off and on, until daybreak. I'm not kidding you. It was actually really beautiful, but it was very startling. Okay. And in addition to that, which was pretty cool, I thought for sure I was hearing stuff out of my tent. It's really difficult to know for sure because I have so much stuff wrapped around my head. I can hear like my heartbeat, throbbing in my head. And so you get the rhythm of that. So that gets messed up with footsteps. Something's out there. But a number of times I thought for sure there was something out there. And so I had a pile of rocks. So I'm just like pounding the rocks, hey bear, hey whatever, go kind of thing. And the food bag was not molested at all. It was fine. In the morning, I couldn't see it, just out of range of my tent again. But that kept me up. But the neat thing was, though, I actually felt really good. I was, being aggressive on that. Wasn't like, cowering. I was like, hey man, I'm not putting up with any of your bear crap, cougar crap, or whatever. I'm pounding on these rocks, and you don't want to make me go out there, kind of thing. And so I felt really safe. Which is good. The other thing was that chili mac last night. Don't ever buy that stuff. Okay, I couldn't finish it. I couldn't finish it, and I felt that in my stomach for a lot of the night. And I'm just thinking, man, like I better not get sick tonight. And so that was going through my head as well. Everything turned out okay. But I don't feel 100% though. Something's not completely right. I was super thirsty yesterday, but I was drinking a ton of water. And so I think I'm going to power down kind of almost excessive electrolytes today, just so my body actually, gets the salt back into it. So I'm not sure what that's about. So I was a little concerned about that, but actually, once you start hiking, I feel really good. So the last thing I mentioned yesterday was a pretty lonely day when I started setting up camp, and I was thinking more about that. And I think really what it is, and I'd say a significant part is, I know when I'm going to bed, I'm going to be cold. It's like I'm going to be cold, and I don't want to like go through that. Right? It's like this thing, like I just got to go through it. If I'm going to stay out here, I'm going to have to go through the possibility of getting really cold. I could have bailed out at a campsite. I could have walked right straight back to the car and cut the loop. I don't know how. I probably could have done it in a day. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to give into it. That's just part of it. I embrace the suck. So, and I was warm, so I felt good. But I think that's the big part, just knowing every night there's a real possibility I'm going to be cold. And I am not looking forward to that, like, at all. So it was a really weird night. I mean, yeah, it's just bizarre. So anyway, so today should be about like a 16-mile day, something like that. 16.7, I'm not sure exactly. But I need to stop talking because the trail's getting really gnarly. So I'll keep you abreast of that, and it should be another incredible day. I mean, the lake I was just at was in the past yesterday was just so good, and the butterfly, come on, that was epic. Looks like the valley's starting to open up a little bit. Get it pretty red. So here I'm going down the canyon, it's opening up. It's gonna get even better. Here we go. And then I was going down the trail, I ran into this guy. Scared the crap out of me, man. We were talking about elk, he's on the hunt, man. It's really cool. Sun's starting to come out on me. It's really cold in this valley. I mean, really cold. It's a lot colder than it was where I was sleeping last night. There's the sun right there. Well, that was a treat, meeting the archer, or archery guy, whatever. Bow hunter. How about that? I went around the corner. Of course, he's silent, right? And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I didn't think it was archery season. Like, crap. So I'm so glad I'm so easily identifiable. Not. So it was really neat talking to him about what he's seen today, and I told him about the elk last night, and yeah, it was pretty cool. So I have made the turn. I'm in the valley here, I was going straight down, and now I kind of slowly turned right. And what's going to happen, there's going to be another trail cutoff coming up here in a couple miles, and that's the trail that's going to go directly behind those mountains that I saw at Minimum Lake. So I'm actually not going to do that. I'm actually going out around further. Put some water right there for me. I wanted it. So I'm not going to go directly behind those. I'm going to go further back behind, like another range, I think. So it's starting to warm up a little bit. Feels a lot better. Trail's not as rocky, so I'm able to make some miles. It's really, really hard when the trail is, when it's like rocky. It's really hard. I still can't get over I'm at that bow hunter. You can imagine going around the corner and walking into a guy like that. That's what I did. I'm glad I didn't freak him out. So clearly, man, this is bow hunting season, and I'm pretty camouflaged, actually. Luckily this, so not to fire away. So yeah. So how many days are you guys going to be in here for?
A week. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Is this the first day or two?
Yesterday was the first day.
You guys look pretty clean. That's my guess. Yeah.
Clean.
Okay.
The kid you see was yelling.
Well, that was quite a treat. That freaked me out, too. I can't believe it. Yeah. So they're all whispering and everything. I said, "Is it okay to talk?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's okay." So they actually know the guy that I met before. I said, "So see your competition?" They're like, "Nah." So, but they know who he is. So, well, this is where I'm kind of heading to right now. Sorry. Yeah, really pretty. Love these meadows. But you know, this red stuff is actually, if you look close, it's actually like dried up something. So it's not that it's like dead. I guess it's done for the summer, something like that. But it sure looks pretty, especially far away. So, all right, hike on. Well, I just finished my breakfast. Well, it was good. Had a cup of coffee and finished the electrolytes. Had some oatmeal with some nuts. But you know, I really wasn't hungry though, so that's a little concerning. But I ate anyways because I know I have to eat. So other than that, I'm pretty good. I actually took a little nap. I don't think I fell asleep. I just laid down the side of the trail, up on took the pads out and laid there, and it was actually really nice. So I feel a little better, and hopefully I feel better as the days goes on and the Chili Mac works its way through. That's how I fill up a water bottle. Nice little stream. And down the trail. Super nice. There we go, it's all done. Check this out. Woo! Look at that. In all its glory. Pretty cool, huh? So we got this routine here is that we go through the forest for a little bit, really cool looking forest, and then we go out in the open in the hot sun. So this guy's just psycho back and forth type stuff. I really like the forest. You can really move fast. Trail's pretty good. It's soft. And once you get outside though of that, then the trail's rocky, you know, and it's just, you gotta watch what you're doing really close. But it's kind of nice to go back and forth like that. It's been happening like all day today. I'm back in the forest again here. It's getting warm now. I'm about ready to switch out my clothes. Check this out, man. I don't know exactly what kind those are. Whoa. If I get real close, maybe knows what they are. Ah, that's really pretty. Nice. Well, I missed this cutoff. I didn't think it was gonna be there. I mean, this is the sign. I mean, I can't even read that stinking sign. Trail Creek, straight where? A minimum, ah, man. But according to GPS, this is it right here. Pretty close to it. I don't know how, I just, you start cruising and you miss it, but man, for a minute there, I thought that the trail did not exist anymore. And if it did not exist anymore, I have to come up with a major alteration. So I'm gonna check the GPS here in a second, see what's going on here, make sure everything's good. But people have definitely hiked this. I see footprints, so that's good. Yeah, I'll check back with you in a minute. All right, so I'm back. There's the little sign. So that was actually where I came from, not where I'm supposed to be going. This is where I'm supposed to be going. So I thought I was going to be going straight up, but I have to cross the stream, and I'm going up on the other side. And then I'm going to come back down tomorrow and cross the river. So, wow, man. I'll tell you, if I didn't have a GPS, so I knew exactly where I was, this would be crazy difficult. So I'm going to check back just a minute on the GPS and see if I'm actually truly going the right way. Man. All right, so I'm at Minimum Creek now, which is a lot bigger, as you can see. And I had to cross it over that log, which moved, and then the rock next to it that moved also. But just some minor water. I can't even tell. And even if I do get water, it's not a big deal. So what's going to happen now is I got to get out of this canyon. So I'm going to be going up. Right now, my watch says I'm about 54. So I think I started around 7,000 was the lake, a little bit higher than that. So I've gone down about 1,500. I think I got to make almost all of that up. So I think the rest of the hike, at least for the next hour or so, a couple hours is going to be uphill. I'll keep you posted. Hike on. All right, so I'm moving on the trail here. Yeah, I dropped down to 1,500. I've done about 6 miles so far today, which is a nice little campsite right here, which is not super great, but considering how I was feeling, I'm really happy with that. And I took a little nap and all that kind of thing. So I've done about 6. I have about 11 more to go, and it's about 10:45 right now. So I'll probably get into camp a little late, but I'm not even hungry, so I think I'll be doing pretty good. Yeah, so about 11 more to go. I double checked. I think that's about right. Give me about 16, 17 miles today will be the total. So I'm not quite, about halfway done. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Just going up this meadow right here. Just came across this campsite. Is that nice or what? What a great place for a camp. Well, that river crossing didn't go so well. Feet are completely, both of them soaked. But, as you'll see throughout the day, I shouldn't get any blisters, and they'll dry out. That sucks though. Wow. Well, I'll tell you, this is the downside of hiking solo. You know, yesterday I did a little extra hiking. Today I definitely did a little extra hiking. And if you look at this trail, it actually looks pretty good now from what it was just a little bit ago. This thing I think hardly anybody takes this trail. Definitely horses do though. See the horse prints and poop. But yeah, not heavily traveled, that's for sure. Now, if I was using a map and compass for this, I'd be a little nervous. I don't know, can you see the trail? I mean, that's just, what trail, right? It's just, map and compass would be like, just about, shoot, let me turn this around so you can see. All right. So, I mean, this is a trail here. I mean, the problem with the map and compass is I need at least 1 point of reference. Well, 2, you use magnetic north. So second, you're so deep in a forest like this, there's no way you don't have a reference point. So I don't think I'd be doing this if I didn't have a GPS. I mean, this would be pretty scary. Maybe with a couple people. It's always better to have a couple people navigating. You see different things, you notice different things, pick up on different things. But if it's just like me, no, that'd be a little too sketchy for me. But I got my GPS, so I'm feeling pretty good. And once I get up higher also, out of the forest here, it'll be a lot easier to see things as well. Hey bear. You woo woo woo. No hiding. You. Yay 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 yay. Yo. Hello. Yeah. Hey, Bert. Where you at? Woo-woo! Woo-woo! Just heard an elk bugle. Could you hear that? It's an elk. Woo-woo! Yo! Yeah, bear. Come on. Yay, yay. I'm kind of looking forward to getting out of here, actually. Getting out of the trees. Wow. That was a real live elk. That's kind of, I hope you heard that. That's what it was like last night at camp, but a lot louder. Phew. Woo woo. Yay, yay, yay. Whew. Whew. All right. Let's get back in there. Yay, yay. Yo. Yay, yay, yay. Woo woo. Yep. Hey, bear. Woo-hoo! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo! You. Yeah, yeah. You. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, bear. All right, so in about a quarter mile somewhere, there's my trail kind of right there. A quarter mile, I'm going to be joined by another trail coming in from my left. And I'm going to keep going up the valley right here. So let's see how I do with the navigation on this one. Hopefully better than last time. Check it out, man. That's my trail. That's the trail. That's going up. And I'm not doing that one. There's a sign here. I'll have to take a close look at it. But I'll double check the map, but I think we're good. I might actually rest here for a little while. I think I need a little break. Been doing a lot of whoop whoop for quite a while now. Yeah, so I'm tired, but you know it's 12:13, so it's time for a break. So I've been wondering, like, so how do people get to this Echo Lake? I mean, it's not going to be this way, otherwise it wouldn't be, I would say, relatively popular. Which I thought, you know, people went to this lake. So I just looked at the GPS, and there's a Echo Lake campground that's about 2.5 miles from the lake. So that's how people usually get to it. They don't do what I just did. So I have about 7 miles left, and it's going to be pretty hellacious climbs. But I think it's going to be kind of like Tenderfoot Pass, where I'm going to be way above the tree line. It looks like I'm hiking next to a snow field, which is actually marked on the map. And I'm just going on some ridge lines and wide open areas. So it's going to be hard to get up there. It's about 7,900, and I'm at 62. So I still have quite a bit to climb up here. But I think it's going to be a beautiful hike. And once I get to the high spot, I drop into, it's called Tombstone Lake. That's very encouraging. And then about a mile past that, I drop into Echo Lake. And that's where I should be spending the night. So far, things are going good. I had no idea I'd be hiking on a trail like that. It's probably the sketchiest trail I've ever been on. I don't think I would, if I knew it was going to be like this, I don't think I would have done it by myself. It's just a little too sketched, but you know, I was always able to find the trail. Never once was I concerned that I wasn't on the trail. And the GPS, while it was a little slow on some of the deeper forest areas, it told me right where I was. So I'm just gonna relax here for a little bit more, and then I'll start the grind up the hill, and then it could be epic. Here's a little bit of wisdom from the Luna chocolate peppermint stick. I have something here. Here we go. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no. I kind of like that. All right, so just have finished my little snack. I had that Luna bar. I took one of my electrolyte tablets, the ones that I kind of made from electrolyte powder. Something a little different. I need to make sure I keep taking that stuff today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cross the stream here. I'm probably going to fill up to about 3/4 of a liter. That should definitely get me to the lake. And I'll probably stop up there in the middle somewhere too, up in by the snowfield or something like that. We'll see how it goes. Well, I can tell already, this is like the main trail here. It's a lot more open. It's you can tell it's been walked on a lot. In fact, I see actual footprints there. I didn't see Zippo on my trail except for some poop. Yeah, horse poop. So, this should be really cool. So, where do you think I'm gonna go out? I really don't know. According to the map, I can't tell right now. Not really sure. I don't think it's right here though, but you never know. I kind of hope it is though. All right, so, well, let me tell you what I've been doing here hiking. So that's the canyon that I hiked up. Okay, I hiked up that and then walked into that big bowl, and the trail went way to the right. So I'm kind of on the right side, outside of the canyon, and I'm gonna switch back up here a little bit. And according to the map, it's gonna swing left, way left once I get up there a ways. I don't know how long that is, so hopefully really fast. Yeah, see, yeah, I think that's the trail. There's been a huge number of downed trees. I've had to, go up and around and over. I hate going under, so I haven't done that. But this trail really is hurting for maintenance. So here's some of the stuff that's going through my mind as I get epic looks here. This is the bowl. You can see giant. I'm assuming we're gonna go up over that somewhere. Don't know how. So here's the situation. When I was doing the Tahoe Rim Trail and we had like a long ways to hike, like I knew it was possible to make because other people were making it. So I figured, well, I could eventually do it too, right? But this trail is a little different. I don't really know for sure if other people have made it doing this, what I'm doing. I wasn't feeling good this morning, so if I'm really tired, hold on a sec. If I'm tired, if it's because I'm just hiking so much, or is it because I wasn't feeling good this morning? So I got that, am I gonna like hurt myself? So then I'm thinking, yeah, I remember my shin. I started hurting going uphill. I'm thinking, well, shoot, what if that happens again? When I'm halfway up here, or whatever. So there's a lot more to this than I've dealt with before. So I'm just trying to keep calm and just trying to work through it as I just, hike on. Somehow it's going to be really beautiful up there though. So at this point, I know it's not going to be that. I'm not going over that. Of course, not going over that. So it's got to be someplace up here in the forest where I'm going to be going. God, I am so tired of these things. And then look, I can see another one right up in front of the trail right there. And these are like the little ones. They've had a bunch of them. No wonder it takes so long to go miles on this trail. Ooh, look at that. That's not where I'm going. That was on the left side of the whole thing. Here we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, that is gnarly, huh? So I just stopped for a few minutes. I thought I was getting a blister on the back heel of my right foot, but so I said no. So when I feel that, like I did yesterday, just stop right away and check it out. Everything looks good. No problem at all. All it takes is one of those little tiny seeds And that rubs on you, and then you start feeling it. But the shoes are still wet. Everything's damp though. Damp and stinky. So sometimes I got to get those out in the sun so I can get them dried off. I certainly don't want to put on wet shoes tomorrow morning. Cold and everything, that'd be horrible. So when I take a break at the top or at one of the lakes here, I'll definitely have to take them off. And I am so exhausted right now. This thing is just kicking my butt. Probably gonna have to switch back and go up over here. My watch says I'm at about 73, so I'm probably at around 75. Yeah, 76, something like that. Usually it lags 200 to 300 feet when I'm going up. Man. I mean, it's a great view and all, but honestly, I'm kind of tired of the view right now. Really. All right. I can't believe it. I don't know if you can see this, but there's the trail. It actually goes all the way across right there. And then it must switch back. So either it's up there or it's up right around the corner right here. Wow. So I'm gonna hike all the way across there, but it looks pretty flat. That's good because I'm worked, man. Still going, but I don't know if you can see, but yeah, that's the trail. It goes all the way across there. Oh, I can't see it right now, but it goes over there and then it starts to switch back down, you know. It's incredible. Okay. It's like 3:03. I'm almost at the top. I'm totally just wasted. My body's just barely keeping it together. I have a little bit of water. I'm holding it out in case it's an emergency. Almost there. I think that's it right there. Gosh, I think I pushed it a little bit too hard. But when it's done, it's gonna be quite an accomplishment. All right. You get to see it same time I do. It better be good. I'm not hooping and hollering yet. I can't see one lake down there. That's really nice. That's probably the Tombstone Lake. And that might be Echo Lake down there below. That's my guess anyways. We'll find out in a minute though. Wow, it's a whole nother. Well, let's see what I left here first. So I don't know if you recognize some of these, but like one of those is like the Sacagawea Peak. I think it's this one right here. People hiked up yesterday, and remember the big white rocks that just shot up out of the ground all the way at the top? I think that's it right there. So I mean, right, it's kind of weird how you can kind of see different things. So my watch says I'm at 82.4, so 8,246. That's pretty much what I thought it was going to say on the topo. Man, that is just, that's almost disrespectful to my body. So I'm gonna have to back off tomorrow. I can't. I'll have to take a close look tonight, but there's no way I'm gonna do that again. That's not good. So wow, look at that stuff. All right, so I'm starting to back down. The first lake below, it's not Tombstone. You know, sometimes I need to look a little closer. It's Traverse. Quite a difference from Tombstone and then Echo. So if I can stop at Traverse, I'm gonna camp there. There's trees there. There's trees in both places. I don't know. It just depends how I feel. It's a 1,000-foot drop. descent to Echo and about 800 to Traverse. We'll see how I feel. The real bummer, two bummers. One is the shirt that I really need to wear with me is kind of like my base layer at night is what I have on right now. And so that's sopping wet. But I think that should dry by the time I go to bed. And even if it doesn't, you know, synthetic, I'll be fine. But my shoes, though, are another story. Those may not dry out. I have another pair of shoes, or socks, that are probably cleaner than what I have on right now. So I'm not worried about that. So I think I'll be fine. The only thing now is, you know, the cold night. And really, I need to take a close look at tomorrow and see what I'm planning. Because I thought I had today and tomorrow are supposed to be, you know, killer days, and I really shouldn't do another day like today. I feel like I'm really fortunate. I didn't hurt my shin again going up there. I mean, it was a crazy day. I mean, if you think about, you know, all the yo bear, all that kind of stuff, and all the hunters, and I mean everything. I mean, it's amazing a body can endure this kind of stuff, especially mine, 58-year-old guy. I mean, I'm stoked, and really thankful, but I want to be respectful. Yeah. So the last day, I'm supposed to have a 3-mile hike to the car. So if I can work it, I can, you know, kick that up to maybe, you know, 6 or 7 miles, and that'll make a huge difference on the other days. But it's usually not that easy though, because the camp spots are usually at like a lake or something like that. It just makes sense. And usually I find that they're warmer than valleys. Valleys and meadows they get really cold at night, and that's something, of course, I'm thinking about. So I'll talk to you when I get down to Traverse Lake, or something really cool happens on the way down. Who knows? There's the pass right there. Coming down. I can't quite figure out why we didn't come over like right here. Usually there's a really good reason, like it's a cliff on the other side, but it's not a cliff right here. So maybe there's a cliff on the other side. I just don't know. Man, that's pretty majestic. You know what I've noticed here is that, you know, in the Sierras, every pass has a name. Like, this pass doesn't even have a name. That's just not right. So I'm just about at Traverse Lake. Well, I kind of am, but, you know, not at the water yet. Looks really nice. I am really thirsty. I'm gonna have some electrolytes. Hopefully dry off my shirt and everything. And figure out what I'm gonna do tonight. Woo! Wow, man. Look at that. So I just met this wonderful couple. They just went in the woods right there. Oh, now you can see them. And they were telling me about some other really cool Eastern Oregon hikes. Strawberry hike and the Steens and some other things like that. So that's pretty neat. So I think they said I should stay at this lake. They said this is way better than Echo, and just camp by the trees right there. I'll be protected and everything. So yeah, this is beautiful here. So I'm on some rocks. I'm on like a nice big rock outcropping right here. So I'm gonna fill up some water. I'm gonna drink like a liter of water, dry my stuff, and just take it from there. Well, I'm doing get things clean and dry, all that. I did not wash the socks though, because there's no way. I'm not convinced that they're actually gonna dry tonight. Whoops, sorry about that. I don't know what I was looking at there. So, yeah, and then I get my feet. I'm sure they're really clean. Man, what a momentous lake, huh? Wow. The water's just crystal clear. Look at that. So what I'm looking at here is I'm at Echo Lake, Traverse Lake, and I'm looking over Echo Lake, and in there you can see the valley. So that's going to be the western valley of whatever towns are over there of the Wallowas, and that's how that couple got here, was up from the valley right there. Well, I got the tarp pitched. It's not beautiful, but it's working and it's simple, and it's going to be fine for tonight. I forgot to mention that. Remember that I said that the city is down below us to our west. Well, all day that's been blowing up warm air up here. So I'm hoping that it won't be cold tonight. So, but if it is, I'll be ready. All right, so I don't know if this is normal or not. It kind of bothers me a little bit, but I'm not even hungry for like a normal meal. I was supposed to have creamy mac and cheese, which I usually love, and the whole noodle thing, because of the chili mac episode, I just can't deal with that. And today I was supposed, for lunch, I was supposed to have, the tuna. I was just like, I couldn't do it. And I even had a Cliff Bar and a couple of these kind of mini little Pro Bars, which I really like. And I couldn't eat stuff. I had a couple bars, but so it kind of concerns me a little bit. But I am, though, hungry for some nuts, so I'm going to have some nuts tonight. And I'm going to have some Fritos. I think I like both of those because of the salt. And I always tend to like the scrambled eggs. So this was supposed to be my last dinner, but I'm going to have that tonight instead of the creamy mac and cheese. And I moved the red lasagna for the last night. So hopefully I'm okay, eating that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this food that I didn't eat today. After dinner, I'm going to walk it over to our neighbors and see if they would actually like that. Otherwise, whatever I'm going to do, I'm not packing it out. It sucks. It's embarrassing. I overspent, but I'm just not going to pack out a bunch of food. My pack is crazy heavy, relatively crazy heavy for what it should be. So I messed up on that. So I'm going to show you how I actually cook my dinner tonight. Okay, so you might know that I use an alcohol stove. So what I have in here, you see the big X? Don't drink it. It's called the heat. It's the yellow heat. You can buy it at any auto parts store. It's brake antifreeze, and this stuff is so flammable, man. So you use it in alcohol stove. So here's my little alcohol stove. Oh, sorry. This is it right here. This little puppy right here. It's called the Graham Weenie. Yep, that's the name. It costs $15. And it's incredible. It boils about 2 cups of water in 4.5 minutes, which is all I need. So I don't need anything more powerful than that. So what I have here is some little windscreen type things. What I have to do, though, is I have to make sure this thing is crazy level and will not move. Oops, sorry. Crazy level and will not move. So what I do is I kind of put the cup on there. It's kind of weird. I can't see what's going on. And I see if it moves. I just have to keep doing it. I got to get it right. If I do it wrong, it'll spill. And that sucks. And I actually have a little extra of the alcohol. It takes 1 ounce of fuel. It looks like it's actually taking me less because I'm not doing 2 full cups. Usually just 1.5 cups. And so what you do is you put the alcohol in here. And then the reason I have the little eyedropper right here, I put that together, is I put a little bit of it all the way around it. This is like some kind of mesh cord type stuff. And what that does is that I light this, and then I light the middle, and you can't see any flame during the day. So that's why it's kind of sketchy. You have to kind of feel it. And what'll happen, this kind of primes it, because you want the outside to get super hot, and then the inside will get hot. And then what happens is there's like a siphon activity. See these little holes? What happens is the super hot fuel is basically gas, comes out of here, And that's what actually cooks the stove, or boils the water. So I just boil water, and that's all I do. So it works really well. It takes about 4.5 minutes, and it's very consistent, and it's really inexpensive. The only thing I don't like about it is the stability. I have to be really careful about that because it's super easy for it to spill. But this thing is just amazing, man. All right, so that's how I cook my dinner. All right, so the water is actually hot right now. I gotta be careful because you can. That's what I tell you. You can't see the flame unless it's nighttime or a little darker. You'll see a blue flame, but it's probably, oh man, it's hot. Yeah, it needs another minute or so. It'll start rolling boil here pretty quick. And then what I do then, I use this Brillo pad, which I thought was fire resistant, but clearly it's not. It melts, but better in my hand. I use that to grip this, oh, I heard it starting to boil. So I grip it real quick, and then I just pour it in there, or pour it in the eggs right here. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Yeah. It's amazing. It just blows my mind, this little thing. Super inexpensive. Get the fuel anywhere. The only thing that bothers me though is if I spill the water, or if I spill the fuel. That really bothers me because then I have nothing to heat up my food. So I really want to get 2 smaller bottles. That way, if I spill one, I still have the other, and I can ration it. So what I do once I take this thing off, I'll actually real quickly blow out the flame. You'll hear it go poof, and then the alcohol cools. I can actually pour it back in because I only have just over a cup today, so it's actually cooking pretty quick. All right, I'm going to stop it right now. All right, so I finished the water. I poured the water in the eggs right there, and mix them up. And it's still cooling. Yeah, it's still pretty warm right now. So here's what I do. Me and Gabrielle came up with this. I put the eggs, they're supposed to set for 5 minutes. I usually wait about 10. And I use my gloves right here to put around the sides. Keeps it warmer. And then in about 10 minutes, I'll stir it with my spoon. Close it up again, put it back in here, and then we'll munch. Oh, what I'm going to do tonight, though, is at the end, I'll stir in some of these mashed potatoes. I feel like having mashed potatoes too, so I'm going to use up those tonight. So, all right, that's it. Nice night. All right, so it's the end of day, I think it's day 7. It was probably, I think, the most dangerous day. And I felt like I disrespected my body, which is a really bad thing to do. I just, but part of what I'm doing is trying to learn. And so I definitely learned some things today. I checked the miles, and I think the miles was 13 today, 13 or 14, something like that. Which it really is, it's not that bad, but what was so bad is the trail, the maintenance of the trail itself was so bad. I had to continuously just jump over or climb over, down logs, go around them, stream crossings, just stuff like that. And the fact that the trail was just nobody basically took it, hiked it. It was, it just wasn't really a safe thing. Now, I don't know how I would have known that or not, but that was a situation. So it was really hard getting up the last pass right here. It took me a long, long time. And I was really concerned that my shin was going to start just go doing, but it didn't happen though. And I made it down here, and my appetite is kind of back. I had ate all my scrambled eggs and everything, a bunch of corn chips, and I feel really good. So I think I'm going to be okay. So my stats for today, the lake right now is at about 77, just over 7,700. So it was just a ridiculous elevation change today. What I do, I started going down, 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 then up, 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 and then down. Extreme. Tomorrow, let me give you that. Well, not about tomorrow. Tomorrow, I actually go down and I meet pretty much just, it's not a trailhead, but it's from a trailhead. So, and I don't go down to the trailhead, but I keep going, and then I go up. I go up a couple thousand feet to Tombstone Lake. That's the Tombstone Lake. But once I get to Tombstone Lake, it's like 8,000 or something like that. It looks like I just kind of cruise on around 8,000 feet. So there must be some plateau. So that ought to be really cool looking. So I'm excited to see what that brings. So for today, my stats are 26,000 steps. That's pretty good. And I'm already at about 3,600 calories. That's pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if it was if it was more. I was going so slow on that last mile, so it was a hard day. It was a hard day, and I'm glad my body's okay. And looking at tomorrow's hike, I don't think I need to change anything. I looked at the day after that, and I think I'm still going to be okay. So I think today was probably the worst day. Make for some good videos, but yeah, I think I should call it the Hey Bear Day, even though I didn't see a bear. So I think that's about it for tonight. Good night. All right, so I'm sitting here with Jackie and Willie. Turns out that Jackie went to Cal Poly. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So they've been, you guys been up here a bunch of times, right?
This is our third trip to here.
Third trip, yeah. Have you done it when there's any snow? Is it like, no kind of thing?
If you get up high enough.
Yeah, so they are like Eagle Eye, and they spotted a couple of mountain goats up there. We saw a big boulder earlier that was crashing down. We wonder if one of the goats kind of kicked it or whatever they did. I don't know. So, yeah, we've been just talking about Oregon and where we came from and all that. It's really good. So, nice to meet you, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, too.